Good afternoon, students. You are welcome to our biology digital class. My name is Mrs. Oparaji. Our topic this afternoon is plant nutrition. Plants gain their food through a process called photosynthesis. By the end of this lesson, we are going to achieve the following objectives. Number 1, define photosynthesis. 2, mention the 2 major factors necessary for photosynthesis to take place. 3, state the importance of photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is defined as the process by which green plants manufacture their food, that is, organic compound, making use of carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight. Now, when you see a green plant, it comprises of the root, the stem, and the leaves. And for this green plant to survive, it must make use of these 3 factors I mentioned here. That is the carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. The plant absorbs water from the soil through the root hairs of the plant. It gains carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through the stomata of the leaves and obtains solar energy from the sun through the chlorophyll of the leaves. That is, if you press a green leaf, you get a green substance that is called green pigment. This process can also be represented by chemical equation. That is, carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight within the chlorophyll gives you glucose, that is the food, and oxygen is liberated as a byproduct. From the above equation, water combines with carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight within the chlorophyll of the leaf to manufacture food, and oxygen is liberated as a byproduct. Now, for photosynthesis to take place, there are some materials and conditions that must be present. These materials and conditions are divided into 2 major factors. Number 1, external factor. Number 2, internal factor. External factors include carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, mineral salt, suitable temperature, and internal factors include chlorophyll and enzymes. Now, carbon dioxide is derived from the atmosphere and it diffuses into the intercellular spaces through the stomata of the leaves. From the intercellular spaces, carbon dioxide diffuses further into the mesophyll cells containing chloroplast. Number 2, we have water and mineral salt. Water and mineral salt are derived from the soil. They pass into the root of the plant through the root hairs by a process called osmosis. Osmosis, as we defined last time, is a process by which water molecules move from lower concentration to higher concentration. Water and dissolved mineral salt are conducted by xylem from the root through the stem and finally to the mesophyll cells containing chlorophyll of the leaves. Number 3, sunlight. Sunlight is obtained from the solar energy. The light from the sun is trapped by the chlorophyll of the leaves. The sun is used to split water into hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion in a process called photolysis. Therefore, we can as well say that photolysis is defined as the splitting of water molecules into hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. Number 4, we have suitable temperature. Temperature is derived partly from solar energy and partly from chemical reaction within the leaves, during which heat is generated. Suitable temperature is important for enzymes to enable them function properly during photosynthesis. If the temperature is high, it destroys the enzymes. If it is low, it makes the enzymes to be inactive. Therefore, the temperature must be what? Suitable, in order to enable the enzymes function properly. Number 5, we have chlorophyll. As we mentioned in the definition, chlorophyll is the green coloring pigment found in the palacid and spongy mesophyll of the leaves. The chlorophyll represents sites where food can be synthesized, and it helps to trap solar energy and convert it to chemical energy. This is the reason why other non-green plants cannot manufacture their own food through this process, because they lack that organ called chloroplast. Without it, they cannot manufacture their own food. Now, importance of photosynthesis. Why is photosynthesis important to all living things? Number 1, all living things require energy for growth and other metabolic activities. Number 2, photosynthesis purifies the atmosphere by the constant removal of carbon dioxide. Number 3, oxygen, which is a byproduct of photosynthesis, is necessary for aerobic respiration. 4, glucose, a product of photosynthesis, is a starting material for the synthesis of protein, fats, oil, and vitamins, which are various forms of food for both plants and animals. Number 5, animals and non-green plants, which cannot manufacture their own food, depends on green plants for food. Okay, as biology students, we all know that we don't believe only on theories, but we believe also on practicals in order to know if what we heard is true. Now, evidence of photosynthesis in plants. That's formation of sugar and starch. The main product formed during photosynthesis is simple sugar. The simple sugar formed is partly used by the plant, and excess of it is converted to starch immediately for storage. The starch is then transported to other parts of the plant through the phloem vessels for storage. This process is called translocation. Test for starch. As we all know before now, you must follow the due process, that is following the aim, the materials, observation, and conclusion. What is the aim of this experiment? The aim of the experiment is to test the presence of starch in a leaf. What are the materials needed? We need fresh green leaf from outdoor plants, beakers, burners, boiling tubes, dropping tubes, white dye, and iodine solution. Method. First, boil the leaf in water for 4 to 6 minutes so as to kill the cells, inactivate the enzymes, and burst the starch grains present. Then, dip the leaves into a test tube containing 70% alcohol to decolorize the leaves. After that, the decolorized leaf is dipped in a beaker containing hot water to soften it. Finally, place the leaf in a white tie and pour few drops of iodine solution on the leaf. In the control experiment, a leaf from a plant kept in a dark cupboard is plucked and tested for starch. I hope you still remember that when you are setting up any experiment, you must have experiment A and experiment B. One is the real experiment and the second one is the control experiment. Observation. It is seen that leaf that was plucked from the potted plant outside turned blue-black with iodine solution, while the control experiment remained colourless. That is to tell you that the control experiment does not have the presence of starch. Conclusion. The presence of blue-black in the leaf shows that starch is formed in the leaves. Assignment. Describe the mechanism of photosynthesis. Please make sure you do this assignment well. Do it in stages. The first stage and the second stage. That is the light reaction and the dark reaction. Thank you and remain blessed.